Howdy there, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to another episode of our Sky Factory 4 Let's Play Adventure, where today we answer the question, does Rees actually even read the comments? And yes, I do, dear viewer. I've read a very sassy comment from Banana Hat, which I appreciated. Banana Hat, where are you? Why aren't you here? All the other pro supporters, they're here. Where are you at? Are we gonna have to go on some sort of epic quest to find you? Possibly? Tease for upcoming episode, maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. I liked your sassy comment, though. That was great. Had Caleb, who said that, not gonna lie, it looks good. I assume you're talking about me. Probably more than likely you're talking about that. Which, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I went ahead and put the controller up here so I could put a hopper on top of that and have it hop directly into here where I've been making gold. Lots and lots of gold! Oh, how exciting is that? Now, there's a lot of other comments, and I appreciate all the other comments, but we're going to focus on a couple here. From Drake005 and Supamati, which, we've got to go through these because these are great. First off, Drake005 said that if I had put the cobblestone in these smelters, we could have gotten some seared brick, and that's probably true, and I didn't think about that. Supamati said that we could put the dispenser on top of our cauldron and have it fire down, which makes way more sense, and I don't know why I didn't think about it. Drake005, right back to Drake, he made the same suggestion, but he altered it slightly. He recommended using an observer, something I asked about in a previous episode because I'd never heard of it before. Using an observer with a glass cauldron, so that the observer can see if the cauldron runs empty, and then that can trigger the dispenser. We're going to try that. We're going to attempt that. Firstly, we need to get ourselves an observer, and the recipe is as straightforward now as it was the last time we did this. We just got to get a block update detector from Dark Utilities. I don't know what that is. It also doesn't seem to actually have a recipe, so I don't know how to build it. But we could just get an observer. I guess these are the same thing, right? Block update detector, an observer, same basic function. Are we down to our last nether quartz? Well, we know how to get back to the nether, so I'm not too concerned about that. Next, we need to make the glass cauldron, which I'm just going to guess is the same recipe, but with glass, yeah. All right. Straightforward enough, I suppose. What else do we need for this build? What else did we originally have planned? Oh, you know what? We had that cobblestone generator. Yeah, it's not getting much use, is it? And then we need to move all of this stuff around somehow. And I guess for that, we can use some sort of cabling. What are my options here? Simple storage network, fluid, item cable, storage cable, default cable to connect parts of your network. No, I think this is what we want right here from Cyclic, the item cable. We're going to need more of them, though. So let's see. Item cable. Nope. Stop. Go back. Item cable. And then, are there any sort of varieties that we need, or is it just the item cable? Oh, no. Okay. No, good. We're fine. There we go. We've got 8 of those. Are there any sort of... Hold on. I can't remember with the cyclic cables, even though we did just use them. Oh, boy. Okay, well, that was fun, wasn't it? That was an adventure and a half right there. I think we're ready to go. What I was trying to figure out is whether or not the cyclic cables have some sort of extractor on them that you need to deal with. Looking at the fluid ones, yes, there is an extraction cable. I don't know if we need it, because doesn't the cobblestone generator automatically output through the top? But maybe that only works if you have a chest. Maybe we do have to get some sort of extraction cable, so we'll see what we have here. That one right there. We can't build it in this particular grid. We got to get the bigger grid. Okay, I see how this is going to be. Going to have to make a dropper. Going to have to make a weighted pressure plate. There. No, hold on. No, hold on. What am I missing here? Iron nuggets? Oh, well, easy enough. Let me just page through here till I find... This is uses. Recipe. Here we go. Goodness gracious. How unbearable is this to watch sometimes, honestly? So, I'm not sure how to place the observer down where it's pointing downward. I don't know, maybe something like that? Well, that's the exact opposite of what we want. But if anything, that's good. Because we figured out how to do the opposite of what we want. So all we have to do is do that in reverse. And it should give us the desired outcome. Alright, well, presumably it's pointing straight down. The fastest way we're going to figure that out is if we break that, we replace it with the... Oh, yeah, look at that glass cauldron so we can actually see underneath it. And then it's just a matter of triggering the dispenser. How are we going to go about doing that? I guess we put the observer down, like so. So it's observing. And now, how is it supposed to auto-trigger that? Are we going to have some redstone or something here to automatically trigger the dispenser? It's not going to... Well, it might send a signal straight up into that block. Maybe. I don't know. Should we look inside the dispenser and see if there's any way to control it? No, doesn't appear to be. Well, in that case, let's get some cobblestone. Let's see here. Cobble. And we will right-click... Well, no, we'll put it all in there, except for one. We're going to put one there. Okay, it's automatically sucked out. Into here, because presumably this was a little bit empty? No, this looks like it's full. Well, if that's the case, then I don't know what to do. The issue here is that is it just going into the void? Because it's definitely not going into here. This is full and this has been full. Do you think maybe it's something wrong with the fluid extraction cables, maybe? Possibly? Maybe the cables themselves, maybe they just pull out fluid regardless of whether or not there is any to be pulled out? I mean, that's just a theory. A Minecraft theory. Thanks for watching. Okay, so if that's there, and then... Right, so that takes it out. Did that trigger a redstone signal yet? I don't know. Let's get a piece of redstone, and let's give this a try. So if we have some redstone... I'm literally... I've never done this before, which is why this seems so janky. Does it feed out of the back? Is that how this works? Oh! Oh, is this the observer end? That might be the observer end. Okay, hold on. Let's reconfigure it like so. And then if we change the state of the block... Yeah, did you see that? Okay, so it flashed. And then if we put this over here... Boom, flashed again. That's great. That's what we want to see. Now we just have to figure out how to get that signal up top here. And we could, I guess, do something with redstone, like wrap it back around and have it go into a relay or something back here. Can we just get redstone wire, though? Is that a thing? Let's see. Redstone. Looking at my options. So far, I'm not impressed. What I was going to say is get a repeater back there, because that would work. Redstone wire, perhaps? Wireless transmitter. Transmit wireless redstone to a receiver. Hit this on a receiver to pick up coordinates? Huh. I mean, it's certainly an option. I mean, it seems a bit involved. I mean, considering the two would be spaced apart in one block, it seems like quite a lot of effort to go through. But they both look very cheap, so I think we could just go ahead and build them. And then if it doesn't work out for us, what's actually been lost? Am I right? I think so. So we want to put down the receiver. That goes up here. And then we want to right-click it with the transmitter, or left-click. There we go. Left-click it. Put it down there. And now, presumably, if we change the state of this one... Okay! Well, that works! It works a little too well, in fact. It looks like it accidentally dropped an additional one in there that was unneeded. If there's a way to slow down the rate of the triggers, that might get us somewhere. I don't know if we can't. We can't seem to interact with these things, so... It might just be a situation where occasionally it fires an extra one into the cauldron, and there's nothing we can do about that. My problem is extraction. Because if this cable... It's just... I'm so confused. Why? Why does it do that? The only reason it stopped, it looks like, is because it ran out of cobblestone? Okay, we gotta, like, trigger the event here. See what I mean? I think these are just sucking up an infinite amount of lava. We're gonna have to find a different cable for this process. Fluiducts are a thing! That's perfect from thermodynamics. I love me some thermodynamics. What a classic mod. I didn't even realize it was in the pack. Is the whole thing in here? Let's see. At okay, it looks like it's just pipes, which is weird unless we have to put in a space. Oh no, don't do that. Now some of you might have noticed that we're going to need copper for this, and in order to get copper, we have to get ourselves a copper sapling, which requires that we make some copper first off. How do we do this? Is there a crafting recipe? Melter. Okay, no, hold on. Let's look at this one more time. So, a spruce tree covered in molten copper. Well, where do we get the molten copper from in the first place? We must be looking for copper amber. That must be the secret here. We have to be able to construct it using other materials that we already have at our disposal. And if that is the case, then we would expect to see it right there. It is the case. It does require red sand. Or, no, yeah, it definitely does require red sand. I was going to say ore, but there is no ore. It just requires red sand. How do you make red sand? Red dyed water and sand. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a process. I mean, not that big a deal, is it? It's water and some red. Okay, cauldron, water, and red, just about anything ought to do. Oh no. Do we have like a rose? Oh, thank goodness. That should do it, yeah? Yeah. Good. So we'll plop that sucker down here, not doing anything else in the area. Should I fill this up? Like, is there a benefit to that? Is it going to turn it all red if I fill it up? Yes, it is. So, I mean, I guess, you know, it's better to do that than to waste the dye. And then sand is surprisingly something we've got plenty of. Awesome. Should we make more than one? I mean, we might as well. What are we missing out on by doing that? And then from there, we just have to make the actual... Shrek me sideways. Where did that recipe go? I should have been holding on to it. Copper amber. Boom! Let's make a lot of them. Or we'll make one. We ran out of petrified resin? No, okay, that's not surprising, honestly. We don't really have a lot of petrified resin being created. So, I mean, what good does it serve? Except for to make copper amber. Some of these are going to require petrified resin, aren't they? I can almost guarantee it. We're going to have to put down a petrified resin tree to make the... Alright, what matters is copper sapling coming up. I don't think copper and gold together do anything, so we should be able to throw that copper amber in there, no problem. And then discover whether or not we have spruce. I didn't think that we would. How do we get a spruce? From a cauldron with a petrified sapling, or we can buy one for an emerald. Fam, listen to me. Listen to me. Judy Winslow, hiding behind this post as usual. I mean... We really don't buy enough, if I'm honest. I kind of feel bad, because she's clearly come all this way just to serve our needs. And there we go. Got ourselves the sapling. Yeah, I'm just going to left-click that copper to bring it down to the bottom. Cover that tree there in it. Oh, that's good stuff right there, fam. Grow, little tree, grow. And then from there, we're going to need a hopping bonsai. Okay, regular chest and a bit of mulch. And I'm going to do it with a regular chest out here, because here's the situation. We could go plant this one tree by itself in there, but if we hook it up like we've got all of the other ones hooked up, I'm going to go ahead and plant this. We're only going to be able to get one product out of it, because that's the way our storage setup is currently configured. You know, underneath a single hopping bonsai, you've only got space for a single type of item. That's not really going to help us any. Oh, we should check this up here, shouldn't we? So I'm going to put it over that chest, and then after a while, that chest will be full of the amber, the acorns, and the saplings we need to set it up properly in here. Hey, look at that! I've actually thought of an idea for next episode on how to make that work and make it work right. I mean, I've had a fantastic idea that I cannot wait to share with the rest of you. It's going to be really solid. But I wanted to do this first, because the whole thing was very intriguing. What happened to my sapling? Oh, you know what? I think it's because this is planted on top of it. Yeah, okay. I got a little nervous there for a second, but it's all good. I need to repair this tool before it breaks. There we go. Excellent. I'm not too worried about spinning diamonds like that, because we've got 5,000 acorns. I mean, look at that. Just a stack of diamonds. You can do whatever you want to with that. How good is that? While that's going, we can go ahead and get a single molten copper. Oh, I guess I can take copper sapling off of this list over here now, because we've done that. And then we need to get the ducts up again. Fluid duct. Is that what they're called? Fluid duct? I couldn't remember if they're fluid duct or aqueduct. Fluid duct. It's going to require 2 of them. Well, we've got enough for 1. It's a start. And then we're just waiting on the copper acorn and copper resin necessary to make some more copper amber, which I don't know how the recipe works when you actually have... Okay. Alright, perfect. We have just enough for 1 more. Golden. I mean, that's going to give us 2, so more than golden. Platinum. And with that, we can finally create some fluid ducts. I can't remember if those automatically extract, though. That's my only issue. We've got them hooked up there. Don't you have to put some servo motors or something into these things to make them go? You know what? Let's find out. Let's put a speck of cobblestone in there. Absolutely nothing is happening. Was I right? Is that a thing? Thermodynamics servos. Extracts items, fluids from something. What are the details? Extraction rate, 3 seconds. Max stack size, 8. Oh, wait, for fluids. 50%. It's also got some filter options on it. 75, 100, 2x, 3x. I mean, the basic one's going to work for now. We don't consume that much material that quickly. But do we have what we need for this? Oh, we do. I honestly didn't think that we would. What do we do? Right-click that on there. And absolutely nothing's going to happen, which is fine because we're not currently consuming any lava. So that's an improvement over the previous setup we had. We need it to consume some lava, though, because we've got to test this. So what do we have a lot of? Iron? We can make iron amber, I guess, because we can make a whole bunch of that, and it will be useful eventually. So what is that? A stack, 2, 3 stacks of iron amber. That'll get the job rolling. So what we want to see, the dispenser is empty, and that's good. I want to see that lava get removed from there, just to confirm that it's working. So it's going to take a while, because we're kind of waiting on this to drop, which it is. It is dropping. I think it drops after it completes a job, though. And I don't think it scales based on how many objects you have in there. So doing one at a time might have actually... Oh, no, there it goes, yeah. I guess it... I thought it waited till one was done, and then it extracted that much lava. And the more you had, sort of the more you could get done with the same amount. But we got to get this down to 750 millibuckets, I believe. And that's the point at which it's going to extract that. Because that's not a full bucket there, is it? I don't believe. I believe that's a quarter of a bucket. Well, maybe I'm wrong and don't know what I'm talking about. Because there we are at 750. Absolutely nothing's changed. Maybe I have to configure this. Redstone enabled high? Oh, no. Ignore redstone. Just be always on, essentially, is what we want. And then no blacklist, no use NBT. So now it should go. Maybe it is a full bucket? That doesn't make sense to me. Should I just wait? Should I just sit here and wait patiently for something interesting to happen, I guess? We're starting to build up. We have 33 blocks of iron. Okay. It's going to fill up on iron, so I need to start taking some iron out, I guess. Oh my gosh. Still not going. It's almost at 550 millibuckets. That's not the entire contents, is it? I don't think so. Because that would mean it's already gone down by half, and it definitely hasn't. Also, that was all of the iron we put in there. It's 3 stacks of iron. That's going to come out to 6 stacks of iron. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's make more iron. I have a new theory I'm working on. See, this cannot possibly be... It says 3 buckets, 300 millibuckets. I think it holds 4 buckets total, and it's not going to start to fill up again until we have used an entire bucket's worth. So we're 300 millibuckets away from having used a whole bucket of lava, at which point, theoretically, this will trigger and transfer over a bucket's worth of lava. Maybe, possibly, but also possibly not, and I could be wrong. I don't know yet. What I do know is I'm kind of running out of iron. So, I mean, we're all out of iron resin. We're going to have to start making something different. Gold, maybe? I guess we could just make more gold. Oh my gosh! Oh no, I've just realized a bad thing. Stop. Stop. Get these off of here. Stop it right now. Break these. These need to go. Okay. So, I was doing some reading, as I oftentimes do. And by the way, I think that, this is almost done. It's almost consumed a full bucket. Check this out. Will break if contents are extremely hot or cold. Yeah, that's an issue. Contents may be any temperature. We're going to have to make the hardened ones in order for this to work. Otherwise, we'll have some serious issues. I'm so glad I checked that before anything terrible happened. That said, we have to have Invar for this, which means we have to make an Invar blend, which means we need pulverized iron and pulverized nickel. Or do we? Can we make it in here? Oh my gosh, we're currently full on iron. But maybe. Do we have nickel yet? Is it on the list of things we have to make? This is getting complicated. I love it, though. I absolutely love it. Nickel amber. How do I make that? Have I made it before? I don't think so. Boom. Oh, good. We have the materials for it. We can make a stack of it. That might be a bit much. Let's go ahead and let's stop this whole... we might as well see the whole gold thing through. It's already nearly done. All right, so it's done with all the gold. We are going to take some of our nickel amber, not all of it, because we don't want to turn all of our iron into whatever it is we're trying to make. Let's just add, like, maybe 9 of them. Yeah, we'll do like 9 of them, and we'll see where that gets us. Oh, cool, look at this. You can see the contents shifting if you look through our tank. We should have made some seared windows along here so we could see the inside. I mean, it doesn't really serve any beneficial purpose, but it'd be kind of cool. And I guess we still can. I mean, you can dismantle this thing and alter it however you want. Let's check the inside. Nickel amber is almost done, but of course this is full of gold. So we're going to have to clear out some space for it. There we are. Oh, did it work? Oh, what's that at the top? That's Invar, baby! Ha-ha! Oh, wait, no, we don't want to move that to the bottom just yet because I'm filling these up with gold. Yeah, definitely finish that first. Okay, there we go. Now we will shift our Invar to the bottom. I should have added a little bit more so we could get like a full block of it, but I can extract it out one at a time as a ingot, and we of course needed that for our fluid duct. If I was smart, would have saved that recipe over here, which I'm going to do now. So we need 2 of those and a piece of glass. This is going to work now. This is definitely going to work now. So I don't know if before it just wasn't transferring because, I mean, it says will break if contents are extremely hot. So that makes me think it would try to extract it and then shatter to a million pieces. It didn't do that, though. It didn't extract it at all. So I don't know if it's because it was hot or if because my other theory where it has to extract a certain amount. Oh no, that's hardened glass. Okay, well we can make that happen. A bit of obsidian and some molten nickel. Well, we've got Invar. Oh, okay, yeah, hardened Invar glass. That will work. Obsidian? I don't know if we have... Oh, thank gosh. This is going swimmingly. Just when I thought everything was going horribly, horribly wrong, here we go. We're turning things around. We're making a real difference today, folks. Making a real difference in the world of glass. So we can combine that with our 2 Invar, hardened fluid duct. This now is down to 2 buckets, so we've used a bucket and a bit. Cool, that's hooked up. Put in our servo. We will configure our servo. Are you shrekking me right now? Are you absolutely shrekking me? Control status is disabled. Ignore signal. What? What? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, low. High. It's activated. It's just not working. Maybe it's the cauldron. Maybe it doesn't like the cauldron. Should we try it with a different kind of cauldron? Where's the other cauldron? This one over here, it's full of red dye, isn't it? No, okay, good. We're going to bring the basic cauldron over here. We'll plop it down right there. I'm going to just very briefly borrow that torch. There we go. And we will switch this around. Let's get that servo off of there. I'm not sure how to extract the servo. We probably have to build a wrench of some kind. But there we are. Enable. There we go. There. Okay. Excellent, excellent. Cobblestone. Let's see where this gets us. Nope. Doesn't like that either. It's just not a fan. This servo. Why isn't this servo a fan? I mean, I'm not asking why the servo doesn't function like a fan. Oh, I've died. Internal redstone control. Extraction rate 50%. Okay. Maybe we need to make a better one? Maybe let's just use some of our materials to make a better servo. Extracts items, fluids from something. Yeah, maybe that's the ticket. Maybe we just need to get another Invar ingot. You know, we can do that. And we can combine it with this this first servo that we built that's not done anything at all that we've wanted it to do. It's just taking up space in our inventory, so why hold on to it? We'll upgrade it to the next tier of servo, and then we'll get some more of our hardened fluid ducts. We'll plug those back in there, and we'll make sure that's always enabled. Well, this has been a waste of my time. I wonder if it'll extract out the top. Because if it will extract out the top, then I just came up with another way to get rid of the dispenser, but have a very similar setup here. So, put that there, and we put that there. Same configuration as before. Still doesn't work. And the problem is, we can't just put this on the bottom, where it might possibly work. Why doesn't this work? I feel like I've got to be doing something wrong, right? Like, this has to be on me somehow. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the exact setup I had using the fluid cables. So we're going to stick our fluid extractor on there, those 2 cables, and then what we're going to do is, instead of using this design, which I thought was good, the redstone pulses and the observer and everything, we're going to go back to using the clock. I'm going to have to pull it out of my inventory somewhere. Let's see here. Let's get rid of this, and then we're going to find that redstone clock, and we're going to put it on a timer. I mean, that's what the clock is. The clock is a timer, so I don't know why I said that. I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. I'm not good at it. That's not what we want. Get that off there. We're putting the dispenser back. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll just have this go. Is this the rate? Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Duration. What does that mean? Power? Oh, down, south. Okay. It's always on. How do we make it? Which one of these is like delay? Duration. Okay. So that's how long it's clicking, and this is how long between clicks, potentially? So if we increase that to like 200, we decrease that to like 1, and then we put some cobblestone in there. Eventually that'll fire. That'll fill with lava. That'll take the contents up to here. Here, I don't understand where the excess is going. Maybe it's just being dumped into a void someplace. What? What are you doing in here? How did you even get in here? I thought we had this pretty well lit. Are you some kind of plant or something? What is this? Is this sort of somebody after me? I mean, it wouldn't be surprising. It's happened before. As I was saying, I hope that this doesn't cause any extra lag on the world. This sort of infinite amount of lava being piped into these cables. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Let's go ahead and set up the cobblestone generator. I guess we'll just throw it down right next to this doodad. And then on top of that, we need some sort of storage container. So possibly a crate. We might even have some of those lying around. Yeah. Should we use a metal crate? I think the metal crate. Someone commented and told me that they will accept more upgrades. So we'll put the metal crate on top there. And then let's grab some more upgrades for it. So what's the best upgrade you can get? Is it the 4K upgrade? Yes, it is. We don't have the materials for it. We can get them, though, because we know how to make all of these things, and we can make them en masse. There we go. That ought to be enough materials to build quite a few of these upgrades. I think 4, if I was counting correctly. Yes, we should be able to get... Well, hold on a minute. There we go. Should now be able to make 4 4K upgrades. And let's see if we can stick them all on here and see where that gets us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Wait, what? 1.5 million. That's okay. I mean, it's not the most I've ever seen a single container hold, but it's impressive. Now we just need to get them out of there and into there. And I suppose for that we could use a... Oh, you know what we could use? Hold on, let me see if I've got one. I do. I have an upper. That'll work. We can just click it onto there, and it'll start filling that up, so that'll stay full. And I think this is triggering too much. We need to create a door back here or something so I can get back to this clock more easily. But I think we can slow this down even more, because even under heavy use, we're not consuming all that much lava. And like I say, I don't know if this is going to cause any sort of lag issues with the lava just disappearing into the void indefinitely. But there we are, and we are done. A pretty compact system. It's automatic. You can't ask for much more than that. I mean, this hasn't been automated, and I don't think it will be, but you see this is fluctuating up and down. That's just because it's filling this up, and once it's done with that, it'll start to fill up itself. I think we're done for today. So there you go. I do read the comments. I appreciate the comments. Sometimes the comments, they give me ideas, and then I have to go from there and figure things out for myself. We did a lot of that today. We did a lot of figuring out, and I'm sort of happy with where we've landed. It's not a perfect setup. I do wish that this could be configured in such a way that it just tracked changes in the block state. Wait a minute. could we have hooked up the observer to monitor this block? The seared... Well, no, it might view the whole furnace as an entity as opposed to the tank, but we've got a second, and it might be worth trying. Where is that observer? We want to point it that way, I think? No, that's not right. There we go. All right. And then a single piece of redstone, assuming this isn't just too much to ask for, which it might well be, but... dadgummit, I'm just going to go straight. I need it to go into here. Okay, if I put the transmitter there, and I put the receiver there... yeah, it looks goofy, and it seems wasteful, but there's only one way to find out if it would work. So, theoretically, once that starts burning up some lava, we should start seeing a change here, except we might not, because these cables seem to be holding lava. So it might be a while before we find out whether or not this ridiculous idea is going to work at all. Whether or not this can actually observe changes in that. We'll have to wait for the rest of the lava to run out in the system. But I'm willing to give it a wait. And it will be a while. Like, so long that I'm not willing to sit here for it. I hope you folks don't mind when I say that this is going to have to be something we experiment with over the course of the next several episodes. Just sort of have it running in the background here. I don't know. I think it might be fun. I hope you folks agree. Because we're bringing this episode to a close. So thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all of your concern, but I assure you, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm not going crazy in the desert surrounded by purple plants that are growing at an accelerated rate while allegedly being watched by men on a mountain. I'm fine. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye.